All right, everybody. Woo, woo, woo. Welcome to day 2 of Crush the Stage. Who's pumped? Who's excited? Who's ready? Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. All right, so watch this, y'all. There are 4 questions. Say 4 questions.
4 questions.
There are 4 questions that are in every audience member's mind before they buy from you when you give any presentation. There's 4 questions. And it is vitally important if you want to sell well and if you want to crush it, your sales when you speak, you got to be able to answer these 4 questions in the mind of your audience. So when it comes to your product or service, no matter what it is, your audience is asking 4 questions. The first question that's in your audience member's mind is, why do I need resources? Say why?
Why
do I need resources?
do I need resources?
Say it with more passion, more enthusiasm. Say why?
Why
do I need resources?
do I need resources?
So that is a question of purpose. Okay? The first question in their mind is, why on God's green earth? I don't care what the resource is. I don't care if it's a mastermind. I don't care if it's a retreat. I don't care if it's a book. I don't care if it's an online course, a continuity program, a cruise. No matter what it is that you're selling, the first question in the mind of the audience is, why do I need resources? Period. Which is a question of purpose. Say purpose.
Purpose.
The second question in the mind of every audience member is not only why do I need resources, but why do I need these resources? Okay? So the first question is, why do I need resources? The second question is, why do I need these resources? Which is a question of what? Relevance. There you go. Relevance. Why do I need these resources? First question is, why do I need resources to begin? Why do I need books? Why do I need courses? Why do I need a mastermind? Why do I need an inner circle? Does that make sense? Why do I need a retreat? That's the first question. So you have to prove purpose in your talk. Say right.
Right.
Second thing is, why do I need these resources? Why can't I get this solution elsewhere? Does that make sense? So you got to prove relevance in your talk. The third thing that you guys, the third question in their mind is, why do I need these resources from you? Come on, somebody, which is the question of your credibility. Come on, somebody, right? Because see, most of us give presentations and then we send people to Amazon for the prescription. I'm going to say it again. You missed it. You missed everything I just said. I'm going to say it again. Most of us get on stage, right? We give our talk, we give our presentation. As we're giving our talk and our presentation, we're diagnosing issues in our audience. But guess what? Not only are you the doctor on stage diagnosing what's wrong with people, but you have the ability to be the pharmacist and write the script that can heal them. But in order to write the script that heals them, you have to produce the products that can then help them facilitate their truth and their next level. So if we get up on stage and we tell people what's wrong with their wellness, and we tell people what's wrong with their procrastination, and we tell people what's wrong with their multiply and their preparation, and we tell people what's wrong with their resilience and their fortitude and all these things and their lack of abundance and their financial, we're telling them all the stuff that's wrong with them, we're cutting them open. And then if we don't have products and services and resources, come on somebody, we're literally sending them out the door bleeding. You had done that person better to not open your mouth.
Yes.
You just messed it. If you're going to cut me open, sew me up at your table. Woo! I need 2 of y'all to catch that. If you're going to cut an audience open, sew them up at your product table. Sew them up at the URL, at the opt-in that you give them to be able to get the healing that they need. What ointment are they going to need after you say what you say? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Are they going to need a brace? Are they going to need crutches? What do they need after you process, Dr. M, how these women over 40 are totally jacked up? If you don't have a resource to send them to, you're going to send them to Amazon? It's quiet. Come on, somebody. So once I realized that I've been operating in a lack of abundance this whole time, What you gonna do? Send me to your social media so I can see how amazing your life is and how worse mine is? You gotta send me to an immediate solution.
Yes.
Why do I need resources? A question of purpose. Say purpose.
Purpose.
Why do I need these resources? Question of relevance. Say relevance.
Relevance.
Why do I need these resources from you? Which is a question of your own credibility. Say credibility. And then watch this. This is one of the most important ones. You got to add this, and this is why your CTA is crucial. Somebody say, teach that.
Teach that.
Why do I need these resources from you? The biggest question is what, y'all? Now. Which is a question of what? Urgency. You must create urgency in your presentation. You got to be able to create urgency in your presentation. Why do I need resources? Question of purpose. Why do I need these resources? Question of relevance. Why do I need these resources from you? A question of credibility. Why do I need these resources from you now? A question of urgency. Somebody say, good God have mercy. Come on, somebody.
God have mercy.
So, and your presentation has to answer all four of those questions in the mind of your audience if you want them to buy when you're done. And when you answer those four questions, guess what? People are going to run to your table. They're going to run to the site. They're going to do all the stuff that they need to participate so that way they can go to the next level. So the question becomes, in your presentation right now, do you have these answers built in? Right? Question, which one of these questions do you probably tend to, when you speak traditionally, which one of these questions do you tend to not answer in your talk? I'm just asking. Number 4, you don't answer the question of urgency. Okay, what else? Anybody else want to share? Yeah, that's what makes you, write this down, y'all. What makes you the best person to solve their problem? That's one thing that each and every one of you all have to be able to step into if you are going to sell better, if you're going to speak better, if you're going to be in demand, if you're going to get more respect in the public. You have to be able to say, okay, I'm the best at this one thing. Remember, inch wide, a mile deep. What is the one thing that you're the best at? And when you become the best at that thing, guess what happens? People want to work with you. Right? I love going to great restaurants and great, like really, really nice restaurants and nice places. And what I noticed that if they're the best restaurant, they also have the best what? Napkins. They got the best service. They got the best valet service, right? They're in the best location, right? They had to invest in the best wait staff. They had to invest in the best management. They had to invest in all these things to be able to be and remain the best. The best ingredients, the best chefs, right? All this stuff is very important. So here's the question. Are you the best at what you do? Crickets, come on, talk to me, y'all.
Yes.
Are you the best at what you do?
Yes.
And becoming better, right? Say right. But watch this. Your confidence in yourself being the best is what's going to sell it. I taught y'all yesterday, you got to be able to hold space for your audience because they're borrowing your belief in them until their belief kicks in. Write that down. Your audience is, watch this. If you're the best at what you do, which you are, you have to hold space for your audience because your audience is believing in your belief in them until their belief kicks in. So you have to have what's called jumper cable confidence because everybody in your audience is pulling from your belief in them. So not only do you got to believe that you're the best, but you got to believe that your solution is the best solution for them. Does that make sense? So I need your confidence to explode. And when your confidence is low, I need you to download Godfidence. Come on, somebody, until your confidence kicks in. You just missed what I said. You missed exactly. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna say. Are you with me? When your own individual confidence is low, you must download the Godfidence until your confidence kicks in. So in other words, when you don't believe you're enough, I need you to believe that he believes that you're enough. And when you believe in whose you are, that's what Olivia used to say. My mom used to say, it's not about who you are, it's whose you are. You know what I'm saying? When you believe in whose you are, you download the Godfidence, and that increases your confidence. Yes, yes? Come on, somebody.
Yes.
I need you to answer these 4 questions in the mind and heart of your audience if you want your sales to explode. Why do I need resources? Why do I need these resources? If it's a book, why do I need books? Period. You got to solve that. So in your talk, you got to talk about how books changed your life. Why do I need these resources? What is it about these books that I have to get? Why do I need these resources from you? What is it have you done that can help me on my journey? Why do I need these resources from you now? Because at the end of the day, my friend, wealth loves speed. High income does not flow to low energy. High income does not flow to low vibration. High income does not flow to low thinking. High income does not flow to low time management. High income will not flow to any low energy source. Does that make sense? So the time is now. Scripture says now we are the sons of God. Scripture says now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now. When Jesus worked his miracles, he didn't tell people to do stuff later. He said, stretch forth your hand now. The woman touched the hem of his garment, and she did it now. Blind Bartimaeus reached in the now. And all throughout the word, we see nothing but and suddenly, and suddenly, and suddenly, and suddenly. Talk to me, y'all. Come on, somebody. If we're going to be more effective in our presentations, we've got to create a greater sense of urgency. Well, what does that look like? I only have 10 spots. But whatever urgency you create has to be authentic. If you only got 10 spots, you only got 10 spots. If you're only taking 30 people, you're only taking 30 people. Does that make sense? Yeah. If you're, so I say stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to get on the plane. I'm not taking none of this stuff with me. I brought just enough for the few of you that I think are serious. Boom. I'll even put products on the stage. I just did this over the weekend. I put product live on stage. I said, whenever you feel the unction, come get it. Leave the money in the bag. Do it now. They're going to be sold out. Come on, y'all. Does that make sense? Can I help you with something that's really powerful? Your talk is not long enough. Say it loud.
Your talk is not long enough.
Say it loud.
Your talk is not long enough.
I don't care how long. I don't care if it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 days. It is not enough to distill everything you know. So let me help you understand something from an instructional design perspective. The reason why we create learning material is to extend the learning beyond the learning environment.
Okay.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
The reason you write a book is to extend the learning past when the person meets you. The reason why we create the online course, the membership site, the mastermind, all the things that we produce, we create these things to extend the learning. It took you 10, 20, 30 years to be as amazing as you are, Henry May. There's no way I can learn everything you know about art in an hour. There's no way women can learn how to be a great wife of over 50 years from you in 3 days. You did it for 50 years. So I need to study her stuff for a quick minute, lady. Am I right, ladies?
Yes.
Think about how long it's taking you to get as good as you are now. So here's my charge to you. If you're really serious, don't come up on the stage and tell people what's wrong with them and not give them an immediate solution to fix it. That's rude. You're cutting me open and you're letting me go out the door without a solution. And then you're sending me somewhere else hoping that I find it there. I'll wait for y'all. Come on, somebody. Good or good?
Good.
Let's keep going. I'm not even done yet. So now let's talk about, flip the page. Let's go to, what is that, 45? Are y'all with me? 44? Yeah. The 6 components? Okay, 45. The 6 components of a killer keynote. All right? 6 components of a killer keynote. Each one of these starts with the word high. Are y'all with me? Say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right? There's 6 things I need you to do if you want to have a killer keynote that gets you paid and rebooked. And they all start with the word high. So go ahead and make sure that those highs are in there. Again, high income does not flow to low energy. That's why you're not going to see any of those start with the word low. Did you catch that? Say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. First thing, if you want to kick butt and take names, 6 components of a killer keynote that's going to get you paid and rebooked. The first thing is it's got to be high what, y'all? High. There we go. I need you to be, it's got to be high content. I need you to be the expert. Nobody should know your subject matter better than you. Nobody on the planet should know your subject matter better than you. Okay? It's got to be high content. So here's the thing. I need you to be so confident. That's why I asked you yesterday. When you create your bubbles and you create the watch this. When you create content from the heart drive, did you catch that? Right? You don't need Google for that. And nobody can be better at you. Nobody can be better at that than you because it's your life. You lived it. So nobody can top you. So see, when you go out there and you pull content from a bunch of other places, other people can easily be better than you at that. Come on, somebody, because you're pulling other people's strategies. But when you say, how did I do that? Nobody can talk. Nobody's better at teaching how they went from addiction to prison to buying 3 businesses and having a detail company. Nobody can teach that better than you because that was your specific journey. Does that make sense? Nobody can teach how I went from being a successful millennial to starting a business and building a consulting brand, et cetera, et cetera. And now I've got a B2B and a B2C and I'm redefining DEI. Nobody can do that better than you. That's your lane. But you got to be the expert. Number 2, it's got to be high energy. High energy, all right? In other words, be passionate. Write that down for me. Be passionate. High energy. Okay? Say right.
Right.
I wrote that down already. Oh, you kind of been looking at it. Conservative time. No, that's the case. I got you. All right? Number 3, it's got to be highly relevant, right? You keep hearing me say this word relevance, which means it's got to be principle-based. Here's how you know your presentation is not principle-based. You know your presentation is not principle-based when the audience is looking around at each other trying to figure out how what you say applies to them. If an audience member has to wonder how what you're saying applies to them, you have not proven relevancy at all. So I need you in the first 1 to 2 minutes, help people understand why today's topic is crucial for them. Notice what I said yesterday. I said, listen, how many of you all as parents don't want to give up at least $100,000 out of your retirement account that you worked hard to put in there just for your kid to change majors 3 times? That's immediate what, y'all? Relevance. You got to prove relevance in your talk. Are you with me? Say right. So we got high content, high energy, high relevance. Number 4, your audience loves, watch this, it's got to be highly interactive. I'm making sure I'm staying with your workbook, not going off the grid teaching other stuff, which means your audience wants to be involved. Okay? You want to involve your audience, but you want to do it tastefully. You want to pull people up on stage. Here's a great way to sell without selling. Whatever it is that you're selling, right? Bring people on stage and start giving some of those little things away. Like, let's say you have a bundle that's got 5 things in it, right? Like I gave you all yesterday as a gift. Say, right? Those 5 items, you need to give one of them away every 10 minutes out of your presentation. So now you've given away 1 bundle, but you gave it to 5 different audience members. So like, let's say that Dr. M did a really good job, and let's say I did the transformer pull down, and she was all in it. I would say, girl, get up here. And I would give her one of the 5 elements of the resource. Does that make sense? So, and then I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, she's walking away with part 1 of what's in the bundle. Adults are big what, y'all? Kids. As soon as they see that she got, what did she get? And how do I get that? Does that make sense? So is that something you can incorporate? Say, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you get volunteers to come up on stage and participate in different things, let them go back to their table with something and describe what they're getting as they're walking back to their seat. And Eric, you're going to watch all the heads in the room like, because they got the lollipop and you didn't. Adults are big kids. Is this helping anybody? Come on, y'all. Talk to them in here, right? Yeah. Number 5, high what, y'all? High originality, which means you got to be what, y'all? Authentic. Stylish. You got to be authentic. It's got to come from a real, honest, raw, sincere you place. I love the 21st century philosopher, Dr. Seuss, who said, right now you are you. And that is truer than true. And there is no one alive that is youer than you. What? Right now you are you. That's truer than true. There's nobody alive that is youer than you. That is so sick. When you break that whole thing, I did a whole podcast episode just about that. I'm going to say it the 3rd time too, because you haven't gotten it yet. Right now you are you. Not when you get your next certification, not when you buy the bigger house, not when you finally get married, not when you get all these extra things that you feel. Right now you are you. Right now you are you. And that is truer than true. If there was something truer than true, what could it be? It would be that right now you are you, and that is truer than true, and there is nobody out of the 7.8 billion people on the planet, there is no one alive that is youer than you. Watch this, which means we must, I said this in my Goalcast video, you've got to learn how to what, y'all? Celebrate your own uniqueness, because if 2 of us are the same, 1 of us is unnecessary. If 2 of us are the same, fam, 1 of us is unnecessary. 1 of us is unneeded. If you go to the shoe store and you get these bad red bottom pumps, you get them home and they gave you 2 left shoes, 1 of them is unnecessary. So your dollars are in your difference. It's not in your similarity to other people, but it is in your authenticity, your originality, and what makes you unique from others. Right? Burger King has to somehow be different from McDonald's. Chick-fil-A has to somehow be different from Crystal. Come on, somebody, does that make sense? Your dollars are in your distinction from others, not in your similarity. That's why you got to have high originality. Stop copying other people's content. R&D used to stand for research and development. Now it stands for rip off and duplicate. Because we love to take people's stuff and then slap our name on it. Create your own content. That's why we're here in the inner circle, to work on creating our stuff. And when you create your own stuff, nobody can take that content from you. Come on, somebody. And you don't need 6,000 pages of notes because it's already on the hard drive. Crickets, come on, somebody. I gotta trademark that, don't I? Don't I need to trademark on the hard drive? Sickening. It's illegal. Yes, ma'am. Hold on 1 second. One more. Can I get through number 6? I'm gonna give you a question. All right. Number 6. It's got to be highly what? Right? High ROI. You gotta ask the client, right? So it's got to be what, y'all? It's got to be actionable. You need to ask the client, what does a touchdown look like to your client? You've got to ask the client, what does a touchdown look like to them? Because guess what? If you speak and your version of a touchdown is a standing ovation, you get the standing ovation, but the client wanted their employees to start using the new software. Come on, somebody. You didn't score a touchdown, so you won't be invited back. We got to know what ROI means to the client. What did I teach you yesterday? Your biggest job as a speaker is to make the client look good, not necessarily make you look good. You're going to shine, but your goal is to make them look good. And when you make them look good, they will constantly bring you back. I've had clients rebooked me for 18 years straight. They don't even shop for another speaker. That's a long time, fam. That's a long time.
Been out of jail 18 years.
Congratulations, brother, right? So watch this. High content, high energy, high relevance, highly interactive, highly what? Original, and high ROI. Where do you need work? Circle the top 3 areas where you feel like you need the most work.